are you doing with the freedom that you have? Or have you unwittingly, without realizing it, have you put yourself in prison? Have you begun to tell yourself, I can't do that. I can't speak up. I can't stand up. I can't be a witness for Jesus Christ? Because if I do that, what? If you do that, what? It might mean difficulty for you. It might mean hardship for you. And I hope that you understand that the great aim of the Holy Spirit is to wreck your life. That's God's aim in your life. I know that sounds foreign. It sounds like I'm speaking a foreign language. The great aim of the Holy Spirit is to wreck my life? Yes. The life that you would have lived if you didn't encounter Jesus Christ. The life that you would have assumed is not the life that you now have taken up in Jesus Christ for one reason and one reason only. The person of Jesus Christ and the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you make it your ambition to follow Jesus Christ, if you have really given your life to Jesus Christ, when you really give your life to Jesus Christ, you have to give up lesser things. You must give up a comfortable life. You must surrender what is safe to go into difficult areas, to face conflict, to face turbulence, to go into the uncertain areas of life where the only one waiting there for you is Jesus. Today, a fake, phony, fugazi form of a gospel by a fake, phony, fugazi Jesus that's being proclaimed is that if you follow Jesus, peace is defined as happiness. Happiness and peace are not necessarily the same thing. And the most religious people who are in most danger of missing out on what it means to walk by faith and not by sight are the people who are within the walls of the church. Because with the passage of time, we begin to confuse the work of the Holy Spirit for being one of satisfying me, keeping me safe. Stop praying that God protects you. Start praying that God directs you. There is a difference. If your primary focus on your prayer life is that God protect you, and you're not really praying that God directs you, regardless of where he might lead you. When you begin to spend time with the author of the Bible, which is what you're actually doing when you're spending time in the Bible, you're spending time with the author of the Bible. You begin to get not only the words of the author, you begin to get the thoughts of the author. You begin to get the heart of the author. You begin to get the vision of the author. You begin to get the hunger of the author, and that author is none other than God himself. God. And you begin to get consumed with the glory of God and the notoriety of God, the fame of God. You begin to realize that safety and security, praying for God's protection on my life. Listen, if I have God's protection on my life at the expense of God's direction on my life, is that really what I want? Do you really want to live a safe, comfortable life that is devoid of God's direction?